Today, I'm going to be sharing with you everything I've been doing to do preschool at home with my 3-year-old. If you're new here, my name is Bianca and I am a mom to a 3-year-old daughter and a 10-month-old daughter. I talked a little bit about this in my last video, but this past winter I have been looking into some fun, maybe educational things to do or activities to do with my 3-year-old since we are inside a lot during the winter and there's not that much to do inside. I also had a baby recently, well not that recently anymore. She is like 10 months old now, but nonetheless, since having her, I've also been trying to find more intentional ways to connect with my older daughter, ways we can have some special intentional one-on-one time together, just me and her each day. And so doing this preschool stuff has been really fun and perfect for that. I know you do not need to buy or do a formal curriculum for a 3-year-old or a preschooler, but we have been having so much fun and she has been loving it. She asks to do her homeschool every day, and so yeah, I'm really excited to share it with you. I'm going to be sharing quite a few different things in this video, and we don't do all of these things every single day. Some of this stuff and we don't use as much anymore because we've exhausted it, but still going to put it all in one video and share with you everything that we have been doing the past few months. The main thing that we are currently using and use mostly every day is the Playing Preschool curriculum. So this is a completely hands-on, play-based curriculum created for kids anywhere from 2.5 years old to 5 years old. You can only buy it digitally as a PDF. I got it for, I think it was like $30, and it is quite thick, as you can see. I printed this at home. I got it spiral bound. Oh my goodness. It took so long to print this, by the way. I felt like I needed to give my printer a gold star after because it took so long. I did such hard work. But anyways, I'm going to show you a little bit about this inside and talk about it. But this is a play-based, hands-on curriculum. This is all just a guide for the parent. It's not like a workbook or anything for the kid. This was actually written by a kindergarten teacher and a mom who was looking for preschool options, specifically ones to do at home, and she couldn't find anything. So she took everything she learned in her kindergarten teaching years and put it in here. The way this works is that it is divided up into 19 themed units, and each unit or theme takes 2 weeks. So in total, I think it's like 36 weeks. She has 5 days a week for 36 weeks, an entire guide and plan, and tells you exactly what to do. It's very easy, low prep, but very fun and hands-on and playful, which I do have to say, I was kind of nervous at first because I am not like your hands-on activity crafty mom at all. Like, that is not my strong suit, nor do I really enjoy that stuff that much. Even, I mean, this cover scared me. Like, what are these pom-poms? Like, I don't even know, like, where do you even buy these? I don't know. I don't have pom-poms. But after looking into it, it looked as easy as you can make it to have this type of experience for your child. So here are all of the units or the themes. So apples, colors, nursery rhymes, clothing, food, 5 senses, teddy bears, things that go together, community helpers, transportation on the farm, weather, eggs, plants, construction, pets, opposites, fairy tales and folk tales, and water. So along with learning about these different themes, you're also learning things about the alphabet, letters through sounds, and numbers, counting, number sense. It has a lot of good information in the beginning, just explaining how this works and what is the purpose for everything, what are some basic things you will need. It tells you all of the skills you learn. It says a daily lesson is meant to take around 45 minutes to an hour. It takes us like 15 minutes, honestly. You could definitely make it longer if you want, depending on how long you want to do the activities, but I don't follow this to a T. I don't do everything in here. But every day you do your calendar routine, you do a song and a poem, you introduce your topic, you do a read aloud, and then there's something to talk about, and then 2 activities. Oh, also there is this alphabet portfolio thing, because you do get these, like a PDF of these letters you can print out, and so you do decorate a letter or a few letters each week. A huge part of this is the read aloud books. So in the beginning of each unit, it tells you, kind of introduces the unit, tells you all the supplies you will need for the next 2 weeks and all of the books you need for the next 2 weeks. The books, I just get them from the library. I go and I get them like a few units at a time, so I don't have to go back a lot, but there have been times where I don't have time to go to the library, so I just use books I have at home if they fit the topic, or there are read alouds on YouTube of basically like every book. So sometimes we'll do that, or we just won't do a book that day. It's very flexible. Okay, so I'm giving you an example of the My 5 Senses unit, which we kind of did recently. So here are the supplies, here are the books. I've been highlighting books that I like and I want to buy later to keep. So after I go through this, I'm going to buy some of these books just to have them, you know, in our own collection here at home. And then there's a poem and a song. And I just have to say the poem and the song is her favorite part. Primrose loves these so much. She sings them throughout the day all the time. She remembers all of the other ones we did from the past units. And then here gives an outline of the first week, which I don't even really look at that. I just open it up to the day, and it says, you know, tells you to write a book to read, and then here are the activities. And so I usually, again, sometimes I do both activities, sometimes I only do one, sometimes I will combine activities. Oh, one thing I will say is that I don't spend a whole 2 weeks on a unit or a theme. I just condense it into 1 week. Kind of still in the beginning. I definitely want to do a full review video of this once we've completed it. Before we started this, I just intended on doing this a couple times a week, but we do it every single day for the most part, 5 days a week, because she asks to do it every day after breakfast. After Daisy goes down for her first nap, that's usually when we pull this out. Let me show you, by the way, the calendar time. So she recommends having any type of calendar or whatever, but where you talk about what the day is and the weather. I was actually thinking of putting one on our wall right there above the kitchen table. I don't know if you can see it. I had this really cute idea of this postered board I could put up there and do this calendar, but I have not gotten to that. So instead what I did is I have this binder. It says Primrose's preschool book on it. I just made this on Canva. So in here, I have here, I just glued and taped these months of the year. I just wrote down numbers 1 to 31. And so every day we talk about what month it is, and she circles it. And then she circles what day. She has to ask me for this. She obviously doesn't know, but she loves doing this every single morning. She loves asking me what day it is. And I think it's really good every day, the repetition of, you know, talking about how it's March, you know, every day for 30 days. And then even seeing the number sequencing, I feel like it's helping her slowly learn the calendar. And then on the next page, I have the days of the week. So she circles what day it is, and then I have the season, so winter, spring, summer, fall, and then the weather. So we talk about what season is it and what the weather is. And I also have these in these clear protective sheets so that she could just do it with dry erase, and we just erase it and she could do it every day. By the way, these are handprints. I just put them in here from one of our activities. We had to trace her hand, and then we measured things with her hand. I also have, this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. So every time we do the calendar, we also say this verse, and she has this memorized now because we say it like every morning. And then I also have shape tracing stuff she wants to do. And then I found, I don't know what website it's from, I'll try to find it, but you can input their name and it'll generate this name tracing thing. So I put Primrose, and she loves she loves practicing tracing her name. And then in here we have the letter sheets that come with the plain preschool that I printed off. I still keep it in the clear sheet, and I just take it out when we decorate it. Then I also found these worksheets from some blog. It was free. I'll try and find it and link it. They're called these letter treasure hunt sheets, where they basically have like an alliteration story for each letter, where there's a bunch of A's for A. And so whenever we do a letter, I have her circle all of the A's in here. C. This one we decorated with stickers. Another one we did, R was for rainbow. This one actually lined up with a plain preschool unit. It was like our colors rainbow unit, but it usually doesn't. For the plain preschool curriculum, they suggests for the kids to decorate the letter in like some fun, unique way, but usually Primrose just likes to use like the dot stamps. I just keep them in this bag right here. These are nice because they're easy to use, they're not very messy, and they're also like water washable. Another thing I forgot to say about this was that this, I think, was created to start in the fall and then end in the spring, summer. It is kind of seasonal, like your first unit is apples. There is a unit near the end on like eggs, and a unit about plants, which I actually skipped. This week we're doing the egg unit because it's actually Easter week right now when I'm filming this, and I noticed that there was the egg unit, and I thought, oh, we're already doing stuff with Easter eggs, so that'll make sense to just do it then. But it's very subtle, the seasonal elements. You could definitely do this whenever you want. I started this in February, and yeah, it doesn't talk about holidays or anything like that, but I just thought I would point that out. Anyways, okay, so I talked about that for a long time. I don't know if I'm forgetting anything. We do this, every morning. Okay, one thing that this was kind of missing for me though was that it is completely secular, which is totally fine, but I was looking for ways to kind of incorporate character virtues or faith, Bible memorization. So a few things I found was this book that we love and Primrose loves. It's called Big Thoughts for Little People, ABCs to Help You Grow. And this is a really cute, very nicely illustrated book that goes through the alphabet. So this one is B, and it has B is for behave. It has like some type of usually character word or something virtuous. And then it has like this little devotion. There's these very pretty pictures and a few questions that you ask about like what's going on in the picture and stuff about, for example, behaving or whatever it's about. And then there is a Bible verse. Let's see another one. J is for joyful. I don't know, it's super cute. I got this kind of thinking, oh, we could do, whenever we do a letter with our preschool thing, we could do a letter with this, but we've already read through this like multiple times and we usually just read this before bed. And she knows her letters, so it's not like the letter part of the preschool thing is not really as big of an emphasis for her. So, but anyways, love this, thought I would recommend it. And then another thing I got was this book. It's called The 1 Year Devotions for Preschoolers, and we love this. Oh my goodness, it has the cutest, sweetest little illustrations and just little devotions by the date. So we do this before bed. It's very simple. It's not too deep, but I like it. I think it speaks to their level. And then, oh, another thing, sorry, that she has been loving is this Mother Goose Treasury. This is also a nice hardcover book. I bought this because one of the units we were doing was a nursery rhyme unit, and so I thought I'm just gonna buy like a Mother Goose nursery rhyme collection just so I don't have to get all these books from the library, and I thought it's just a good classic to have in your home, and so I really like this version. I got this from Amazon. Again, I'll link it below. It's very sweet. She also loves this. She loves the funny rhyme. I like the illustrations. They're very nice. I don't know. I saw some other Goose books are kind of weird looking, kind of scary, but this is not. It's very cute and she loves this. Anyways, just another book that we have been really enjoying reading. Switching gears. Another thing that we do that I got recently, Singapore Dimensions Math Pre-K. So this is like an actual full year math curriculum. When I say math though, it's not really like what you think of when you think of math. Again, it's like for pre-K. So it's very simple and easy so far. They're not doing like addition or anything so far. It's like, what is bigger? What is smaller? You know, talking about textures. This is rough. This is smooth. I will show you a little bit inside. You have your A books, a textbook, and a workbook. So this is like for the first half of the year. And then you have your B books. So the textbook and a workbook for the second half of the year. Completely unimportant, but this green color, I don't know if it's picking up, but this is like my favorite color ever. Anyways, this cover makes me happy. That's all I had to say about that. These also come with a teacher's guide for your A books and a teacher's guide for the B books. I did not purchase that though, just because it was pretty expensive and I felt like it wasn't really necessary. I'm sure there's lots of good tips or other activities or things in there, but I just felt like I didn't really need it. I didn't want to spend the money on it. So you just do like a lesson from here, a page from here, and a page from here. And we actually do this almost every day too. I usually do this in like the evening, usually when after Daisy goes to bed. She goes to bed much earlier than Primrose, so usually we'll do a little bit from here. She really likes it. Or sometimes Codme, my husband, will do this with her when he comes home if I'm busy with the baby. Next thing is this book. It's called ABC See Hear Do. It's not like a storybook. It basically just goes through the alphabet. Each page has a letter and an animal doing action. And then you say the sound, the letter sound. Does that make sense? I don't know if I explained that well. So like for M, he goes, And so this is just to help them learn their letter sounds. We have gone through this book now, and so she knows all her letter sounds. It's just like a fun, silly way to learn them. So for T, go t, 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 t. The turtle taps the air, and then every few letters it has a page like this, which has the letters you just learned. So k, at, cat, mat, and then you can sound out those words. This part, the actual blending, I tried to do that with her and it wasn't really clicking, so I just dropped it. We don't do that part. I would highly recommend this if you're trying to teach letter sounds and maybe it's not clicking. This doing like the action with the sound and like the visual part, the animal doing it, was really, I don't know, helped it click for her. And then she does pull this out though sometimes, and she likes me to quiz her on this last page where it has all of the, it has the whole alphabet, and I just point, and yeah, she could do all her letter sounds. This, it says level 2 on it, which I believe level 2 has the lowercase letters. The level 1 book, I believe, is the same exact book, it just only has uppercase. So I got the one with lowercase because I thought that would be more helpful. Last thing I got is this handwriting book. This is just good beginner handwriting thing. So it has some tracing stuff, goes through the letters, it also goes through the numbers, there's some coloring in it. I believe this is an actual curriculum you can buy that comes with, it might come with a teacher's guide, and I think it saw that it comes with, I don't know if you could see these wooden pieces where you can build the letters together, and then a little chalkboard or something where you can do it, but I didn't buy any of that. I just got this workbook off Amazon. Every now and then she likes to do a page or a few pages here. All right, that is everything, I think. I hope I made sense when I was explaining some of that stuff, and I hope that didn't seem too rambly. But comment below if you have used any of these, and if you like them or if you didn't, or what your thoughts were on them, and if there are any other homeschool or preschool books, curriculums, resources, anything that you love or would recommend, please comment them down below. If you like this type of stuff, then make sure you like this video and subscribe, because I'm so excited to be able to do this with my daughter and with my children, and I will definitely be doing more videos. Stay tuned, subscribe so you don't miss anything. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.